Sagittarius friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Sagittarius April 2025 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. I'm calling the theme of this month for Sagittarius, and I'm very overjoyed to tell you this because I'm a Sag too. Things are really starting to turn around for Sagittarius, so we'll go piece by piece explaining why that is my area of focus for this month, and we'll talk about everything else of relevance. This is for you if Sagittarius is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Sag placement you're listening for. What we're going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. Very late degree Sag friends like me, birthdays like December 15th through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to Capricorn reports, as you very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. Okay, so there are a lot of things to discuss. There are some things I want to talk about right from the beginning because I'm excited about them, and then I have to backtrack and talk about some other things. So the first thing to know is that we have been in a water frenzy for an extended period of time, for months. We have Ceres, Saturn, transiting North Node, Venus in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde. And both Venus and Mercury are doing this retrograde thing, partly at least, in Pisces, water sign. And we have had since September Mars in Cancer or close to it. So for an extended period of time, we've had a lot of extra water in our lives, and that can bring amazing, wonderful things, messages and miracles from the heart realm, from the synchronicity, spirit speaking to us, from our dream world, major psychological healing. All of these beautiful things can be happening. And at the same time, for Sages, water energy puts our fire out. So we have been feeling that. Our home and family have been highlighted for an extra extended period of time, both because of this Mars transit. Mars got into Cancer in September, ducked out a little bit into Leo for part of the retrograde, but really has spent the predominance of time in this water sign, highlighting our home and family and real estate and housing, bringing up a lot for us there over a long period of time. And then in recent months, we've had all of this short-term Pisces energy adding to the Saturn there long-term and newly entered North Node there. And all of that is throwing more water on our fire. So this is highly emotional, for better or worse. This is draining to our ambition, draining to our energy, and it's really, really been stressful. But everything is turning around this month. Mercury is going to go direct. Well, let me just erase this so we can see this better. Okay, so Mercury will go direct April 7th, and by April 17th, Mercury will join the Aries party that the sun has begun. Venus is going to go direct on April 12th, and at the very end of the month into the beginning of May, join the Aries party that has begun. Some of the other transits will have moved, or planets will have moved on from Aries at that time, but it's going to add to the fire is the point. And in the days around the 19th, Mars is finally going to move back into fire, and we are going to commence the major fire party. So as April goes on, this water, this emotion, this really our emotions and other people's emotions, and having to tend to that inner world with great joy and wonderful progress, but still it is what it is. Saggies are most happy when we can participate in our natural flow, which is upward and, basically outward and upward, onward and upward, and the Pisces energy has been bringing us inward and downward. It's mutable. Well, it's outward and inward and downward. So, we've been on this path of kind of diving down deep into things with the retrogrades, with the water energies, and hopefully that's been very productive for you. And the opportunities are not done yet. We still have this energy this month. It's sort of a hybrid month where all of the fire energies start to really wake up. And so we have a little bit of both. So if you want to tune into your intuition, you want to focus on rest and rejuvenation and, sacred healing and artistic projects and connections with other people and also the divine, you've got lots of goodies there. And you may have made, like I said, quite a bit of progress because these Pisces energies have been in a square, which is a 90-degree angle for you. So it could be very productive, very spiritually productive, very emotionally productive, but it's just kind of a bummer also. So sometimes. So things are turning around for us this month. Okay. So as the fire party starts, all of this energy, this is so exciting. At the end of March, Neptune finally left the place where it rules, Pisces, where it was for 14 years. And now it's going in Aries. I have made a special report on that. So just search for Annie Botticelli, Neptune in Aries, the podcast, the video, to get more about that, because that's a whole other can of worms, but it's really, really good news for Sagittarius. And then, of course, the sun is here, and then, all of this other energy. So all of this energy, plus the recent solar eclipse in Aries, ending out that 2-year cycle of the Aries Libra eclipses, all of this is focusing on autonomy, individuality, our unique skill sets, our leadership, what makes us shine, what makes us memorable, and, what lights us up, what lights our fire, basically. So all of that is coming up, and we're going to really get to be very much ourselves and very much feel like the stars are speaking our language, because they will be. Now, as these Aries placements move along, this lights up the 5th house of Leo, which is where Mars is going into the sign of. And that's going to really make us focus on love and romance and children and creativity, creative babies, and our bucket lists, things that we've always wanted to do, the things that really light us up, that get us going and get us all riled. And, you may be really creatively on fire. These Pisces placements can give that to you. It's a little different. It's a little quieter. It's a little more inward. This Aries combined with the Leo house is more boisterous and, quicker moving, along with these, direct planets. A couple of points to note. Venus retrograde is really very much covering the month still. So is Mercury. Those planet shadow periods will start to wear off as April progresses, but it's not really into May that we start to get out of the shadow of that long post-Mars retrograde, went direct in February, but still making its way back out of the shadow period. May is going to be a banner month for Sagittarius in general, but especially for Sagittarius. So as April progresses, it's building up to that point, and you will feel it. You will feel like, maybe in some ways, like you've been a zombie walking around, just partly alive. And these shifts are going to be able to breathe that life back into you and help you stitch yourself back together. Also coupled with somewhat recently direct Jupiter in February. Here as we start in April, it's only been like 6 or 7 weeks since Jupiter has woken up, and that's still kind of new news, and it's exciting because Jupiter is our ruler. So things that went dormant, both from the Mars retrograde in the last quarter of 2024 and Jupiter retrograde in the last quarter of 2024, that led up until recently, these things are waking up. Relationship space, writing projects. If you are a prolific expresser, Saggy, as I am, many Sagittariuses are, you may find that your content creation or your book writing or your blogs or your, expression projects are really, really, really lighting up and could take some new and interesting twists from that solar eclipse. You may find that maybe the retrogrades have brought you back to an idea that you had before, and now you're like going full bore. Speaking of which, Mars into Leo, this is so exciting for us. My little saying is, where Mars goes, obsession flows. And that's really it. It's the border collie of the zodiac, as I like to call it. And wherever Mars is, that's what we're hot on. So we've been hot on getting things situated in our home and family and housing. And that has been a long-term project. And now Mars moving into Leo is going to get us hot on the same things that Aries is getting us really focused on in the house of Leo, which is that fiery, prolific, creative expression that makes us feel alive. And at the same time, Mars is going to be lighting up our 9th house of Sagittarius as it makes this beautiful grand trine energy with the Sag to Aries and the Leo to Sag, and then the Aries to Leo energies are just going to be lighting up the sky with fire, speaking our elemental language, bringing us great joy, and helping us to return to things related to the 9th house that make us who we are. That love of reading and writing and learning and teaching and expanding our lives, different countries, different cultures, travel, international business and connections, languages. Mars is going to get us really hot on those things. And you may be planning an international trip or going somewhere internationally or getting back to your language learning or, teaching something or getting ready to launch something. If you've got a really big deal thing that you need to launch, May is going to be a better touch point for that than April. April is still good for the kinds of things that I've been talking about with Venus retro energy, which is also good for Mercury retrograde energy, which are things like promos, like my Epic promo, where you get $1,500 worth of free courses and other goodies when you register just for this, pay for this one course, Astrology Mastery Certification course at beastropro.com, beastropro.com. So promos like this during these retrogrades, this is, you will see my promo ends as the, as these energies are shifting, and you can take advantage of April still to do these things that are short term. It's not the time to launch your new course. It's the time to have a promo for the course you already have. It's not the time to bring out your once in a lifetime thing. It's the time to get your I's dotted and the T's crossed for your launch that will come soon, because the tides have been going in. They've been slowly starting to go out. And once we progress into May, they will be flowing out full bore. So, we do have a lot of forward moving energy in April. We do still have all of the outer planets going direct. But, Mercury and Venus are very influential on us, and we will be feeling that. So as we open up into this time where Venus and retrograde are clear, we will still have Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune moving direct. Pluto will start to go retrograde, but Pluto's retrograde half the time, so that's not really a big thing. But, there is this opening up of the stars. For all of that stuff that we did, pulling backward and inward, we're getting ready to push it all out. And you will start to see that this month. You will feel it. You will know it in your heart. And it will be very, very exciting. Okay, so I have been posting weekly reports and new moon and full moon reports. So the things that I would tend to talk about involving those things that I usually folded into the monthlies and made them much longer, I'm now separating that out into different reports. So don't miss anything. Go to anniehelpsyou.com and sign up for my weekly newsletter. And I send out my content links every week. My weekly, people are loving my weekly reports, and I'm having a very good time doing those, by the way. They're so easy and light with the small amount of info that I can really just cover that. My new moon, my full moon. If you don't want to miss any of my content, because YouTube is not letting you know, I am salty about it, but I am knowing that I can transcend even YouTube's influence and still do what I'm supposed to be doing here. If you're showing up, I'm showing up. And if it's 10,000 of you instead of 150,000 of you, let's do it. We'll still be doing it. So you can get all of my content early and free VIP access to a ton of things when you sign up for my newsletter at anniehelpsyou.com. I don't spam you. I don't give your info away. I don't start selling other people's stuff in my newsletter. I just have 4 weekly newsletters full of content that I've created, and and just giving you what I do here. All right, so check out the promo at beastropro.com, beastropro.com. Don't miss that $1,500 worth of free courses and other goodies that you get. I've never given away so much as a promo for this, so take advantage of it if you want to learn astrology and you resonate with how I teach. And, with all of that Saggy energy waking up, if learning is on your mind and astrology is in your heart, then this could be perfect for you. beastropro.com, beastropro.com. I hope you have a wonderful month. Look out for my new moon and full moon reports in my weeklies, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.